Welcome. In this video we're on the hunt to find the most accurate Vaznev to use in rank play. My aim is to find you the class that you feel comfortable with so you can move up those ranks as quickly as possible. Whether you're a beginner learning the ropes or a seasoned pro, by the end of this video you'll have a much better understanding of which attachments are best for you. I've seen a lot of classes going around which are made by pros, but I don't think these generally work for everyone. These pros all have great aim and are looking for the fastest margins possible, but that split second really does count. For a lot of us who don't have 8 hours a day to work on our aim, our lobbies aren't mostly decided by speed, but more so accuracy. There's no point being the first to fire if you miss all your shots. So to start, I decided this was the basic class I was going to start with. With the Vaz being a sub, we need to keep the mobility as much as possible, and the grip is the only attachment that offers that sprint to fire speed, which is very important for them close encounters. Next, we needed to test all 10 muzzles, which offered some recoil assistance, and this is the outcome here. What we're looking at is all 10 recoil patterns, and as you can see, there is quite a difference between them. Before I reveal which is which, I want you to have a look and decide which ones you like the look of, and which ones would you personally choose. Ideally, we are looking for a line that is as straight as possible, with the bullets nice and close. To help, I'll add these lines so we can really see how many bullets stay center versus how many go astray. So finally, let's reveal the names, and hopefully you're shocked to see some of the answers. Let me know in the comments if you're surprised by any of these, and have you been using a good muzzle this whole time, or will you be changing now that you've seen this? To do more testing later on in the video, we need to pick 4 muzzles which we think perform the best. Hopefully you agree with me here, but I'm going for number 1, which is the AVRT90, number 2, the Bruin Cubic Comp, number 6, the X10 Razor Comp, and lastly number 9, the Lockshot KT85. Our next step is to do the same, but with just the underbarrels. This means more shooting at the wall just to get them patterns. Here are the results of the best 10, as there were 14 in total which were tested. Again, like before, we are looking for the same principles, so have a quick look and pick your preferred ones. But unlike the muzzle, I'm not too impressed with too many here, so we'll be picking 5 to continue the testing. So as we reveal which is which, are there any surprises? Again, let me know if you're shocked by any of these in the comments. Which have you been using, and will you continue to use it? Hopefully you agree with me here, but the 5 that I've gone for are number 1, which is the Edge 47 grip, number 5, the Demo Firm grip, number 8, the Phase 3 grip, number 10, the Demo IMP 44, and lastly it was close between the Shark Fin and the FTAC Ripper, but I've gone with number 6, the FSS Shark Fin, as it has a faster aim down sight speed and offers something slightly different. Moving on to the third test now, which is combining each of the muzzles with each of the underbarrels. This means 20 more recoil patterns, in which we will select 1 from each muzzle, leaving a final 4. Starting with the top row, which is the AVRT90 muzzle, you can see most of these are straight but also quite long. This isn't an issue though, as it's far easier to hold down the analog stick on the controller or just pull back on the mouse than it is to deal with that horrible horizontal recoil. From the 4 though, we need to pick just 1, and I've chosen the Phase 3 grip. If you disagree or prefer a different recoil pattern, then that's perfectly fine. Take note, as this will come into play at the end of the video. I don't always believe there's a best class, as we all have different preferences, so preferring a different option isn't right or wrong, it's what best suits you. Which is why I've tried to set it up like this. This gives you the full control rather than just being told what's best for you. Moving on to the Bruin now, and I'm not too impressed with any of these. Yes, it's helped with the vertical, but ultimately there's still too much side to side movement and a bit of inconsistency. From the list though, I've picked the Demo IMP 44, but could have easily have gone with the Phase 3 grip yet again. Next up is the X10 Nexus, and once again I'm torn between the Demo IMP 44 and the Phase 3 grip. This time though, I've gone with the Phase 3, but every time I do look, I decide to change my mind. I also want to shout out the Shark Fin here, as it offers an ADS boost, and the recoil is actually pretty decent and would be a viable option. Lastly, it's the Lockshot KT85, and I really struggled to pick between all of these. The Edge 47 is a good option though, but that last pattern does worry me a little, and for that reason I did go with the Demo IMP 44. So finally, after all the testing and research, we have 4 final combinations. What I want you to do is jump into a private match and test these out against bots, or even go into a public match and see which you prefer. Like mentioned earlier, if you prefer a different recoil pattern, then give that a try, as there's no right or wrong answer. Personally though, I'm currently using the AVRT90 with a phase 3 grip, which I'm absolutely loving. It's something that I've not seen anyone use, and yet it feels so easy to control, but yet I still have that speed at close range. Lastly, I want to show you these 4 variations against the 4 that I've mostly seen going around TikTok or on YouTube. You can quite clearly see the difference, and for the everyday player, this is quite a noticeable difference. So my advice is to stop trying to copy the pros and use what works for you. That is the best way personally to improve and climb those ranks, because once you start playing better people, your aim will naturally improve, and from there you'll be able to change your class. But until then, I'd focus on recoil and actually hitting your shots. Accuracy is far more important than speed. Hopefully this has helped you though, and thank you for watching. If you're interested in more helpful guides like this, then don't forget to hit that sub button, and I'll see you in the next one.